It's safe to say LL Cool J's on the Cruz Show. Let's go.
What up? What up? We're cruising, baby.
What's up, man? Yo, it would have been crazy if I would have said another artist's name, right?
It would have definitely been different.
LL Cool J, the man, the myth, the legend is here, man. How are you, dog?
I'm excellent, man. Excellent.
Look at you, man. You've been excellent all my life.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Look at you, dog. Yeah. Seriously. How do you look like this still?
I mean, you know.
What is it? Give it to me.
That shit is.
Pause.
It's melanin. Oh, it's melanin, baby. Just a little melanin. You know what I mean?
But
that's it.
I need the skincare routine.
Yeah.
I think I know what it is.
I appreciate you.
You're loved by the right woman.
That helps.
That helps.
Yeah. That helps. But you know, you can be loved by the right woman and eat too much fried chicken.
Yeah.
And you know, and Twinkies.
Yeah.
You know, like I just.
Well, that's my case, LL.
Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I just try to be the best I can be. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, just work out minimum 4 times a week.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Try to, I don't like starve myself, but I try to eat decent. Mm-hmm. And then on the weekends, I eat what I want. And just kind of keep it simple. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with telling another man how handsome he is.
I don't think there is. You know what I mean? It's up to you. I mean, I don't choose to do that on a daily basis. You know what I mean? But it's not going to make me uncomfortable, but I don't choose to do it. You know what I mean?
Yo, speaking of beautiful men, shout out to DJ Fuse who produced that intro.
Fuse, that was dope, man. Thank you for that, man. That was crazy. That was dope. That was a dope intro. Yeah, it was crazy. Man.
Yeah, if you want it, it's $500.
I'll pay it. All right, Cruz. Checks in the mail, baby. I got you.
Yeah. Fuse, don't worry about it. He's got you. Fuse.
I got you.
Easy 500 for LL. Been making money forever, dog. You got it, dog. Let's go, man. So we're on tour, LL. We're doing our thing. We're on stage, man. We're doing what we love and we were born to do.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. TV, movies, that's fine, right? That's great. Right. But that stage, that's what really matters.
100%, because that's, where, hip hop started. It started as a live experience. You know what I'm saying? It started in the parks. It started, and the thing is, what I want to do is I just want to give people an opportunity to see it served on a silver platter and with a high level of execution and a nonstop performance where, myself, The Roots, and all the other artists that we're going to bring, all these incredible special guests that we're going to bring out. Wow. Once you walk in the building, when we start, it keeps going. So it's kind of like what we did on the Grammys in terms of the energy and the approach, that's what inspired it.
Sure.
And so it's like, you know what? I feel like this generation, the day one fans and the people who grew up on it and the people who are a little younger, we owe it to them to give them this experience and give them an opportunity to experience, hip hop like this, and I think that, I would be, it would be wrong of me not to deny people an opportunity to see this, especially in the 50th year of hip hop. So it's like these fans, they deserve it. I think there's so many fans that are curious, that want to see, some who are familiar, some who aren't. You have people who, grew up watching me host shows. They saw me doing TV stuff. Mm-hmm. They know me as maybe a celebrity, but not as familiar with my music and what I do on stage. And like, this is an opportunity for me and other artists to give them that experience that they've never had. And so, that to me is a creative responsibility that I want to take on and just give people something special.
Salute, brother. Salute, man. Nobody does it better than LL. I'm telling you right now.
Thank you.
LL Live is crazy. The energy is out of here. Yeah. When you say hip hop and started in the parks, were Latinos there? Tell me Latinos
Absolutely.
were there. We were there, right?
Of course. You had so many. You had Prince Whipper Whip, from the Ruby D rather. You had Charlie Chase. You had, Crazy Legs. I mean, so many different acts, so many artists, when hip hop first started in the Bronx, man. I mean, Latinos and blacks together created a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And you can't really change that. You know what I'm saying? ¿Tú sabes?
Yeah.
¿Tú entiendes? Entiendo. Okay, bueno.
My guy. Yes, sir.
Tú quieres hablar con mí en español, no problema para mí.
No.
Yo entiendo mucho. No chiquito o poquito, bastante. No perfecto, pero bastante.
Did you buy a house in East LA?
Yeah. Last week I moved in and I just wanted to communicate. Yeah. People wanted to communicate, a little vibe, Yeah.
Absolutely. LL was good everywhere.
Yeah, no question.
Now, you mentioned doing shows and people knowing you from that as well. When that dude broke into your house, did he know that it was LL Cool J's house?
He found out.
Real?
No. He didn't know. It was a random. That area that I was living in at the time. There were a lot of older people there, a lot of retirees, a lot of people who had kind of settled into a different type of life, and he didn't expect.
But
what
when he
got.
saw you, was he like, "Can I get a selfie?"
No, not quite. No. I think he would have preferred to leave.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like without a picture.
You put hands on him.
Well, we got into it. We had to because look, like I told my man a little while ago, like I'm a good guy. I'm not a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. And so, being a good guy is fine. A nice guy, you just gonna get walked all over. You know what I mean? So it's different.
Yeah,
so
100%.
in that particular instance, it was important that I, show him why he shouldn't be in my home at 2 a.m. uninvited. It was very important that I expressed that to him.
I'm gonna say it for you. You had to fuck him up.
No question. I whooped his motherfucking ass. Yeah, no question. Yeah. I guarantee you. God bless him, B. You know what I mean?
Bless him. Hope he's all right.
Yeah, no question.
LL Cool J is here, my G. Yo, we lost a legend, man. Jerry Springer's no longer with us.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Wild, right?
Yeah. He in a lot of ways, he brought a lot of joy to a lot of people.
100%.
Back when his show was like on the air, and he brought a lot. He was like viral and social before the internet in a lot of ways.
I mean,
but
we were all screaming, Jerry.
So rest in power to Jerry Springer for sure.
Yeah, man.
79.
Yep, LL Cool J, the tour, The Force Frequencies of Real Creative Energy, headlined by LL Cool J, featuring the legendary Roots crew, DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ Z-Trip. It's a night of hip-hop.
It's going to be wild.
It's gonna be wild.
And it's going to be other special guests as well. You know what I'm saying? You have Ice, you have, it'll be a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah, I heard y'all bringing out Jackie Ramirez. That's crazy.
Yeah, Jackie, she going to come do her thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't know what my thing is, but I'm going to do it.
But we going to figure it out.
You'll think of something. You'll think of something.
Women can always figure it out. Women figure it out, man.
These are actual.
Well, I'm clear about that as well. Extremely clear. Very clear about that.
Women know. What's up, Jackie?
When someone like Eminem says that you inspired him to rap, and like other people tell you, like, you inspired me, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel incredibly blessed and grateful, you know what I'm saying, and inspired. Anytime you could be, source material or the inspiration behind another artist and why they do what they do, that's an amazing position to be in. And it's a blessing because everything they do is in turn an extension in a way of who you are and what you brought to the game. So there's so many artists out there that have said things like that, and I always truly respect them, and I'm thankful. It's dope. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. You get the love you deserve?
Huh?
You get the love and respect you deserve?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you feel it in your heart?
You have to, because the love and respect that you deserve has to start with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, walking into a room feeling like, are you guys, or am I being loved and respected in this room? It's about how do you feel about you? Because when you feel when you give yourself the love and respect that you deserve, you're going to put yourself in, you're only going to be in positions where you feel like you're receiving that type of love. You know what I mean? In that respect, or else you will remove yourself from those environments. You know what I mean? So all of those questions, it's about what's going on the inside. It's not about the external, like what others are saying. It's like, how do you feel about you? You understand what I'm saying? Because
100%.
Because you either change how you feel about the environment, or you remove yourself from it.
Yeah, that's very true.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to have the balls to remove yourself from it.
No question, and that's okay.
Takes courage.
That's right. Courage is a key, because courage gives you the ability to make decisions. You know what I'm saying? And live with the consequences of those decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to have that ability. So yeah, courage is right.
You embody confidence. You see it, you feel it. Now that I'm seeing you, I can feel it as well. Did you ever have insecure moments? Did
course.
you come from an insecure place as a child?
Of course. Like we all go through.
And was it because of your dad or your mom, or?
I think there are many reasons. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, though, we have to grow up. You know what I'm saying? And you got to find out who you are.
Stop blaming people?
You got to stop. You got to be self-aware, and you got to take responsibility. You know what I'm saying? If you grab a hot frying pan, it's, you grab the hot frying pan. Like whether somebody left the stove on or not, you chose to grab it. You could have grabbed the handle, but you touched the pan. Like, so in life, you got to just kind of own that. that's not always easy and it's not always fun. And I'm not saying that we want to go out there and, have to own a bunch of mistakes, because hopefully we don't make them. But I'm just saying, being accountable, like knowing who you are and taking responsibility for who you are, that's where it starts. So it's not about pointing fingers in life. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Because then you can, when you decide to own yourself and own situations, then you can make real decisions. Then you can really take it to the next level, because you know that ultimately you are responsible for what goes on. And then you're going to put the people around you that assist in you achieving that vision or that goal or that strategic objective, so to speak. You feel me?
Yeah.
That
feels great.
At what age did you feel that you felt fully confident in yourself?
Well, I've always felt confident. The question was more about like,
you've always exuded confidence.
Yeah, the question was more about like vulnerability and all that. Like, of course there are moments, but I've always, for the most part, felt confident because that's how I was raised. To believe in myself. My mother would tell me you could do anything you put your mind to. You know what I'm saying? And I believed that. And so,
yeah, but did you ever get roasted by your mom?
Of course, of course. She would say, Todd, close your mouth. Flies are gonna go in it. I'd be sitting there watching TV with my mouth open.
Not your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course. Snap on me, crazy. But that comes with, and that's the other thing too. And that's what we can't take ourselves too seriously.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You could take your work, your craft,
your faults, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be, just relax, right? Like,
relax, bro, relax.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
For sure, man. Yo, yesterday, Garcia was at the Tyler, the Creator show. Right? He had a pop-up show.
Right.
The city came out. It was crazy, and he brought you up.
Oh, okay.
He started talking about LL Cool J on stage. Garcia, what happened?
He did one of his slower songs, right?
Right.
And he equated himself to you.
Okay.
To the crowd, which was pretty dope. I actually have the audio.
Okay.
I'm going to be recording it.
All right.
Let me pretend to be this nigga LL Cool J. He buff, he be licking his lips and shit. He light skinned, so I'm not exactly like the nigga, but I think I got close enough, right?
Tyler, the Creator, man. That kid's a genius, man.
Todd the Creator. I'm Todd the Creator. Todd the Creator. I'm Todd the Creator, baby.
Let's go.
I'm Todd the Creator. Yeah. Todd the Creator. Yeah. I have ideas. I have things I want to accomplish. Pause. Todd the Creator. Yo, I like Tyler, man. Tyler's my man. Much love to Tyler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out.
Yeah. That's love on stage.
Yeah, no
you know
question.
What I mean?
No question.
As someone who's just killing it right now.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
Of course, just saluting the greats.
Yo, I think it's beautiful, man. I love it, man. And I think it's guys like that. When I say that, like this tour and everything that we're doing that I owe to the culture, it's moments like that is what I'm talking about, because an artist like that deserves to be able to come see a LL Cool J show with all of these different acts this incredible lineup that we're putting together and enjoy themselves. So that's why this is even that much more important. I believe it would be unfair of me, especially with us celebrating the 50th year of hip hop, for me to stay away from the game and not give people this experience. I mean, the Stones go out, they give people an experience. The U2 gives people an experience. Bruce Springsteen gives people an experience. So I think that as hip hop artists, we have to remember our fans. And sometimes we get so comfortable that we forget to go on the road, and we forget that they want a new record, and we forget because all we think about is, okay, you're not 15, so maybe you shouldn't make a record, or you're not 15, but you forget, like, they want to hear you. They love you. They want your music. They want to see your show. They want to go to your concert. They want to be there. They want to know that you care. And so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing this year, and why I'm like doing this tour, and why I'm coming out with a new album this year, and why I'm doing all these things. Because of that, because of the fans.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You had one album ready to go, and then you scrapped it.
Yeah, I had I had done.
You publicly said, I thought it was good enough, but I feel that it isn't now, so I'm moving on.
Oh no, that was you talking about? No, actually, that was a joke I did on IG where I said
that was a joke.
Yeah, I said
I'm still hurt over that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was
yeah.
You that's because you didn't keep watching the post to the end.
I know.
You just
I read
fucking
the bad
clicked
news
off.
and I gave up.
Yeah, you clicked off. Yeah, you clicked off.
His attention span is that of,
you
like,
gotta
his
watch
son,
that shit
so
to the
it's
end. Because what I actually said was, I've decided that I'm not putting the record out.
Yeah.
Because It's too fucking good. That was the reason, and that was what I said. And I was playing and having fun with it. But Q-Tip executive produced the album, and the whole entire record with me, and I think it's real special. So that'll be coming out this year as well.
Crazy.
Yeah.
LL Cool J and Q-Tip.
Oh yeah, it's.
What does that sound like?
I think it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? I think what he did.
Heavy drums. What do we do there?
Oh man,
Heavy drums?
it's new. It's new. It's not recapturing anything old, and it's not chasing anything new. It's in terms of what's out there now, it's a new thing. Because look, when James Cameron does a movie, when he does an Avatar, when Steven Spielberg goes and does a new film, there's a certain level of creativity and magic that has to be involved with that. So I look at it like when LL Cool J does an album, there has to be a certain level of magic and creativity associated with that, and it has to be new in that way. It can't just be me trying to sound like something that's out there, and it can't be me trying to recapture a sound that I did many years ago. It has to be a new thing, and I think we've accomplished that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Can't wait for it, man.
Yeah.
Shoot it to me early. That'd be amazing.
That would be amazing.
That's a no. Yo, the tour lands at the Kia Forum. Tickets are on sale right now, September 3rd. What's up, Jackie?
What was the fastest song that you've ever written?
Oh, so many. I mean,
Really?
many. Oh, yeah. So many.
It's easy, like once you just get into the
5
flow.
minutes?
No,
Like
it
minutes?
depends on the song and the inspiration. Like I wrote Doing It super quick. I wrote I Need Love very fast. I wrote I'm Bad, driving in a car. I wrote just remembered it. I wrote so many songs so quick.
Wow.
A lot of them. Yeah. There's a few songs on my new album that The Power of God I wrote really, really quick. Streaming Consciousness on the Mama album. Mama Said Knock You Out I wrote really fast. There's a lot of them.
Is there like a song on the album that took time and that was more challenging because you wanted to get it right?
Like a song like Rock the Bells, but not because of the writing, more because of the production and the song itself and what it turned out to be. That was a little more challenging because I had one idea for Rock the Bells, and then Rick Rubin back then, he took but the idea that I wanted to do for Rock the Bells, he actually did Peter Piper with Run DMC. And when they did the Peter Piper song, those Mardi Gras bells is what I was originally going to use for Rock the Bells. So then I had to rethink how to do Rock the Bell. I'm like, yo, Rick, why you use that? Rick? Oh, don't worry about it, it'll be fine. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just rock the bell, do it. Like that was the point. Like, but he's like, don't worry about it, it'll be fine.
My man, what we doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? But we came up with it. I did original. I didn't like that one. Then we did another one and it was perfect.
Boom, and there it is.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's been some challenging ones too.
Yo, those early Def Jam touring days must have been crazy. Run DMC, LL Cool J, Beastie Boys. Like, yo, I mean, it must have been wild.
Yo, it was wild. It was as wild as you wanted to be, man.
Man.
Oh yeah, it was everything you love.
I mean, if I mentioned something crazy, it was that.
Depends on what it is. It was definitely a lot of fun, a lot of energy. The thing that was the most important about it is that we really were out there for the love of hip hop and out there for the love of the fans and really out there for the love of the experience. There was no I wanted to make money. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like I was doing a trade-off. In other words, it wasn't like I was out there and I was sacrificing for the money. I was out there doing what I love, and then some money and success followed that. So it was really all about the fans. Ultimately, it's about the fans, man. It's about the fans, man. It's about
been about the fans.
It's about the fans. You know what I'm saying? It's about the fans. Like they got to know you care. They got to know that like I will never be too good for the fans. I'll never be too good to go to a radio station and talk to people. Like,
we appreciate
a
that,
lot of people wouldn't expect me to do things like this.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they would say, "Oh,
you doing radio is major, man. We appreciate that."
I would never not acknowledge where I came from as an artist, because that's what keeps me inspired. When I talk to you guys and listen to you, that keeps me inspired.
My God.
That makes me inspired. That makes me want to walk away and say, yo, okay, cool. It puts things in perspective for me.
It's almost like an energy exchange.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
Yo, coming up, right? You got money early, and I'm sure you wilded out, right? Did you buy anything crazy? Did you buy a tiger? What did you
I had a panther on my cover.
Yeah.
So I didn't buy one, but I definitely rented one.
Yes, sir.
I rented a panther. You know what I mean? I actually
Where do you
rented
rent a
two.
panther?
I rented two because the first one we turned on the smoke machines and he went nuts.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because we didn't realize their instinct. So we was gonna do it with the smoke. He saw that smoke start jumping up in the walls.
He felt like it was a jungle.
He thought it was a fire.
How much
yeah.
does
No.
a panther rental cost?
I don't remember. Shows you how smart I am. Probably more. It was probably more than it should have been. I'll tell you that much.
Let me get two panthers.
Let me get a couple of panthers.
Down this way. Yeah, right. But no, you splurge. You got to go
Definitely.
crazy.
I
right?
yeah, I
Coming
had.
from the hood. You got to go crazy.
Listen, I did go crazy. I bought my mother a house. I stayed in my room and I had 10 cars outside. I stayed in my grandmother's house in my same room. I had 10 cars outside and bought my mother a house. And when I was too young to leave.
Yeah,
Remember,
sure.
I started professionally recording at 16. We started Def Jam. When we started Def Jam, I was 16 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
I had records out 17, 18, 19. I got 10 cars outside. Like, I didn't want to leave home. Where I'm going?
Yeah, exactly.
Where am I going?
My food is here. My love is here.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm in the house, but I got cars. I got a top dresser full of money. I'm talking crazy.
Gold
You know,
chains.
I'm bringing. I might bring a young lady downstairs. For some hors d'oeuvres. Sure. And my grandmother be like, I ain't no fool now. I know what you're down there doing. All that.
Oh my God.
I know what's happening.
I
down
know
there.
what's happening
I
down
can hear
there.
everything.
You're gonna get out of here with that.
So when did you move out of grandma's house?
I moved out around I bought a house. Well, first I moved into a condo in Jamaica Estates. I must have been about. On and off. First of all, I was on the road a lot. So even though I lived there, I was on the road a lot, right? Yeah. So I'm going home, I'm in my room, but I'm on the road a lot. So when I finally got my spot, it's probably 19, 20.
Oh, okay.
Like 18, 19, because I bought my mother a house when I was 17.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe about 19, 20, I had a condo, but I was on the road. And then when I was I think I was 19 or something, I bought a house for myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you
More
ever
hit records.
even have a regular job?
No.
No. To be honest, all I've ever done is hip hop. I had a 2-week stint as a paper boy when I was 14.
Really?
Yeah, that was it. And the guy had first of all, it was two moments that happened that was crazy. First of all, I was on 57th Street selling papers, and a cab driver drove by. He cracked his window 3-4 inches. I handed him the paper, and he drove off. The paper was 25 cents a quarter. I started laughing. I'm like, yo, you robbing little kids. I'm thinking to myself, you robbing. I said, yo, you out here. I started laughing. I'm out here you he's robbing little kids for newspapers, B. You're really? Really?
It's
like
real
that,
out there,
that to
bro.
me was bananas. Even as a kid, I'm like, yo, he's literally robbing little kids for newspapers, B. That's crazy to me. That was the first thing. Then the second
world out there, man.
second thing is the guy who ran the newspaper delivery service or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me an envelope that first week or that second week, and it had $2.26 in it.
Wow.
And I opened it up, and I was like, I went after he left. I said, oh yeah, thank you. I went up the block. I threw all the papers in the sewer. I said, yo, I ain't doing this.
You're not doing this.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the addresses. I was confused. I'm going 2 blocks up to a house. I'm going 4 blocks across town to another house. Then I'm reading the next address. It's 4 blocks back where I just came from. Yo, the way he said.
I don't got Google Maps.
Yeah, I ain't got Google Maps. It's nasty.
No
it was
nothing.
nasty.
Yeah.
Yo, I was nasty. I was nasty with that. It was just I couldn't get my mind around the addresses. He didn't hand them to me organized. I wasn't organizing that shit. I wasn't interested in organizing that shit. I was listening to hip hop. So I just said, yo, that was it. So that was the only thing. But no, I never went to I ain't go to no proms.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I never experienced
School
none
dance,
of that. Yeah, none of that.
School trip.
None of that.
Field trips. None of that.
None of that. Well, when I maybe in junior high,
okay,
in grade school,
sure,
in grade school. But you got when we started Def Jam, when I left, I dropped out in the 9th grade.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
I left school in the 9th grade.
Yeah, man.
And at in November.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just to be clear, yeah. We had a shop class, and I convinced my man Bimmy. They convinced them to let me do a show in shop class. And I went and did my song, I Need a Beat in shop class.
Yeah.
And I left out the back of the school. I never came back.
That's crazy.
And I used to drive. Yeah, and I used
quit
to
during winter break.
I was out, B. I was out.
Yeah.
I used to walk through the hallways with my 12-inch vinyl in my hand, and you know, people used to. I used to say, "Oh, it's my record." And they used to tell me I was lying and all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, like, do you always carry that? I still have something to prove. Do you go back to that, or have we healed from?
Well, it's more about having something to contribute. You know, I'm not really trying to. What I do want to prove, yes, I have one thing I want to prove. I want to prove that I want to show people that you can have a long and impactful and dynamic hip hop career where you make new music at different stages and it's impactful. That's something I don't want to prove to people, and I believe with my new record I'll be able to show people that. That's something I want to show people. Because why? Why is that important? It's important because it'll allow kids to understand that as artists, they can have a long-term career. You don't have to be a flash in the pan. You don't have to start talking about retiring because when you're really just nervous about being able to continue to be successful. So you start floating these ideas out about retirement. You're not an athlete. Okay, you don't have to retire at a certain age.
That's so true.
You can keep going as long as you stay curious in your mind and you stay innovative and you stay sharp. You can keep doing what you're doing. And so I just want to show people that we can do this, like the same way Mick Jagger did this, the same way Michael Jackson did it his entire life, the same way so many greats did it. James Brown did it his entire life. Barbra Streisand has been doing it her entire life. Frank Sinatra did it his entire life. Yeah. You don't have to. This idea that somehow I have to pretend to be a kid is unfair to the kids and unfair to me, because that's not giving them an opportunity to see the next level. My job is to show you the next level. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm the go-to guy for you and your friends. What I'm saying is check Unc out, check him out, and let me show you what it can be. I'm here to show you where you can go. I'm not here to pretend that I'm your friend that has one album and a single out and we streaming and we doing the bang head bounce from back in the days. You know what I'm saying? My job is like to show you what's possible. And that's the reason why I'm doing all of this.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You don't have to have a shelf life.
No, you don't. Because it's creativity, it's art. You know what I'm saying? It's art.
Yeah.
And
that's undying.
That's right. It's art. And as an artist and as a hip hop artist, and we should be able to continue and do great work. The key though is that you can't be lazy, and you have to care about the fans, and you have to really take the time and be thoughtful and creative when you put things together for the fans. You know what I mean? Like, do that. But other than that, there's no reason why LL Cool J can't put out a record that's credible, that's impactful, that people love and enjoy. There's no reason for me not to.
Sure, yeah.
Why are you you can't be afraid of the challenge of continuing to create. And I think a lot of people are responding to the fear. That's why they talk all that retirement and all that, because they're afraid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm not
give. Serve, man. Serve as long as
there
you can.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you said it better than me. If you have a gift, serve.
Yeah,
that's
man.
your gift. Serve.
Well, I actually signed a Def Jam as well, man.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Let me rush and get my album out, because I know you're gonna be a problem.
I'm about to drop.
Yeah, you're gonna be a problem. Yeah, let me rush and get this out, man.
I signed to clean the toilets at Def Jam. That's what I signed. LL Cool J.
I love though how important the fans are to you, because you keep mentioning the fans, and I feel like a
100%.
lot of this new generation, they just kind of it's not as important to them.
Yeah, I just know because, first of all, I started off as a super fan, an ultimate fan.
Wow, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then secondly, the fans, that's the part that's the most fulfilling for me, is to give you a new work, give you a piece of art, put together a tour, put together a show, put together a concert, do something on TV, and you respond. Like me being able to go to the iHeartRadio Awards and then do, more of an a cappella thing for a whole bunch of, for a majority audience, for a lot of people who know me for other things other than the music. They know me, they may recognize me here and there, but they may not have experienced certain things. It's like knowing Jordan for the sneakers, but not for his game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for a lot of them, like even your listeners right now, some of them absolutely know me. Others might be like, it's like Jordan sneakers instead of knowing for the game. So to as a musician, though, as a hip hop artist, you get the chance to play for them. You don't have to like sit on the bench. You can actually play for them and they can experience you. So that's what I want to do. That's why the fans, so for me, the fans are super important.
Yo, check out more of our YouTube interviews now, ASAP+. Download the free iHeartRadio app so you can check out the Cruz Show podcast.